There are many small business owners who falsely believe they only have a couple of options when it comes to getting business funding. They mostly rely on banks or credit unions when trying to get a business loan. However, there are a number of alternative small business funding solutions available that you need to be aware of. In this video, we will talk about what types of alternative small business funding solutions are available, what they are, and we'll explore the pros and cons of using alternative lenders when getting a business loan. But first, please comment below, like, share and subscribe to our channel if you get any value from our content. We really appreciate your engagement in supporting our channel. This helps us to continue to bring you more content to help you grow and scale your business with more business funding tips. So, let's get started. Trying to obtain an unsecured business loan or other types of loans is a common challenge for many small business owners in just about every industry. Historically, banks have been the only place you can go if you want to get a loan for your business. However, the lending market has changed significantly in recent years. More creative non-bank finance companies are providing alternative small business funding solutions. These alternative lenders offer many types of business loans, lines of credit, equipment financing, invoice factoring, and merchant cash advances to small businesses that may not be able to get loans from a bank or a credit union. Alternative business funding makes the loan process easier as business owners can apply for financing online, rather than through banks, avoiding the hassle of visiting a physical location. The SBA states that nearly 75% of small businesses seek financing within a typical year. But, as many small business owners often discover, getting a loan from a traditional bank is not always easy. This has opened the doors for new creative ways for businesses to get loans with alternative business funding. The reason small business owners often find it difficult to get a loan from a bank, besides the overwhelming amount of paperwork that the banks require, is that they may not have a great FICO score, or they may not have enough consistent cash flow to show that they can repay the loan. The fact is, banks have grown even more restrictive with their lending practices for fear of yet another economic downturn. In fact, about 80% of small businesses are turned down when it comes to traditional loans. To make matters worse, the banks often consider small business loans too risky and will always favor large businesses instead. If you want to learn more about why banks are not lending to small businesses, please check out our other video on our channel on this topic. The good news is that alternative business funding has opened up a new avenue to get access to business loans when you can't get traditional funding. This means that small and medium-sized businesses that do not qualify for a bank loan can now get the money they need through alternative business lending. As with anything, there are both pros and cons to using alternative business funding. The ultimate decision of whether to use alternative business financing really depends on your specific situation. So, let's go over the pros and cons to help you decide what works best for you and your business. Let's talk about the cons first. The biggest con is that it is definitely more expensive and you should expect to pay more. You should come to terms that you will not get bank rates. It's no secret that traditional bank loans will give you the best rate. So, you should always try to get a bank loan first, if that is an option for you. Remember, you are seen as a higher risk borrower, and these alternative business funding solutions are typically for unsecured loans. The next con is that alternative lending usually comes with shorter terms and smaller loan amounts. Although this is not always the case, it really depends on your business financials and the type of loan you take out. The last con, or drawback, when it comes to alternative lending is that it typically has daily or weekly payments. That's why it is important to plan ahead to make sure you can make the payments and it does not negatively affect your cash flow. Next, let's go over the pros of alternative lending. The first pro is that alternative lenders have simplified the application process, making it easy to submit through your computer or smartphone. It can literally just take a few minutes to apply for a business loan online, making the application process much easier than going the traditional route. Alternative lenders only need the bare minimum, and you can simply hit the submit button to share those documents with them electronically. You don't need to go to any physical location. This means you'll spend less time and energy on your loan. If you value your time and energy, this is a major plus for going with alternative business funding. However, it's important to note that speed does not always mean that you will be approved for a loan. Alternative lenders still have underwriting standards that must be met in order for a loan to be approved, and not all businesses will qualify. But, it is definitely much less restrictive than traditional bank loans. Next benefit of alternative business funding is fast approvals and fast funding. It can take weeks or even months for banks to go through the financing process. On the other hand, alternative lenders often respond within days, and sometimes even hours. When it comes to funding, you can typically be funded in a few days, but in some cases, it can be as fast as 24 hours. If you need money quickly for a time-sensitive business opportunity, Or if you just want some working capital for expansion or growth, alternative lending can be a great option, as it provides you with funding quickly and easily. The final benefit when it comes to finding alternative small business funding solutions is that there are a variety of loan options to choose from. Typically, by going with an alternative online lender, you will have plenty of options to fit your needs. Aside from online lenders, you can always opt for other alternative business funding solutions such as grants, crowdfunding, fintech, and bootstrapping, to name a few. Each of these has its own set of pros and cons, so it's important to understand your options before you decide which one is right for your situation. Alternative business funding solutions are becoming more and more popular as small businesses look for ways to get around the tight restrictions of bank loans. They can be a great option for businesses that need money quickly or have less than stellar credit. If you need any help in determining which alternative business funding option is right for you, please call us today at 877-235-0672 or visit us at firstchoicebusinesscapital.com. Call 877-235-0672 or visit us at firstchoicebusinesscapital.com.